The day is finally here, the day that we've been excited for, or dreading, depending on how you feel about getting a soft reboot slash sequel of a well-beloved franchise. Danny Boyle and Alex Garland have teamed up again to bring us 28 years later, and today we're going to tell you whether this is the movie we all wanted it to be, or if it's something completely different that nobody asked for. Welcome, fellow survivors. My name is Scott and I am your host today as I take you through a review of 28 years later. This review is probably going to have a sting in the tail for some of the hardcore fans of this franchise, because this did not land for me at all. Not at all. Despite the legendary creators behind it and the amazing movies that come before, this just missed the mark. Let's get straight into it. The plot of 28 years later picks up almost 3 decades after the initial outbreak of the rage virus, and we find ourselves in a seemingly safe, isolated island community. This island community is connected to the mainland by a single causeway which is heavily defended, and we meet our new protagonists. We've got Jamie, we've got his wife Isla, and we've got their 12-year-old son Spike. And I'm going to say now, all of the cast in this are fabulous. They all outperform and outshine anything I expected them to do, and that's not the issue in this movie. And I'm going to get into the things I had issues with, but I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it first. So this installment revolves very much around this family, and it's Jodie Comer's character Isla is not very well, and the long and short of it is her illness starts to get worse, and this forces Spike onto the mainland to go and search out a cure for his mum. And it's kind of like a personal mission, coming of age, how you survive in a terrible, dark, bleak, apocalyptic world. And it's got some great things in here, but it all misses the mark. And the reason why is that the franchise as a whole, 28 days and 28 weeks later, are built on the premise of unrelenting terror, the unrelenting pressure and presence of the rage virus infected. They are the primal force that drove this franchise to new heights. It was the scene when they first start running. It wasn't just the fact it was gory, it was the fact that they were unrelenting, and it was watching these characters in a desperate fight for survival against this unstoppable, mindless tide of monsters. But in 28 years later, the infected feel like an afterthought. Like, the frantic pace and rage that drove the previous 2 movies is gone. Like, those characters are still there, the infected are still a thing, but they just feel like dulled down and almost secondary, almost like an afterthought. It's like Boyle and Garland made a decision to pivot into a family drama in this world, and they explore some important themes of toxic masculinity, coming of age, like the emotional toll of like prolonged trauma. And like, all of those are valid and really important, but when you're marketing a 28 days later sequel, I don't think that's what fans are clamouring for. For me, I wanted something that was raw and visceral and terrifying, like survival horror at its absolute best. I wanted my heart to pound out of the chest like it did with the first movie, and even more so with 28 weeks later. It feels like they missed the core appeal. It's almost like they sat down and went, do you know what fans really want? They want a poignant drama exploring father-son dynamics in a largely easily managed apocalypse. Now, I'm going to say no, that's kind of not what we wanted at all. I wanted the infected. I wanted people running for their lives with no hope they were going to survive. I wanted that bleak, horrible movie you gave me in 28 days and 28 weeks later. And it's not just the narrative that feels off. The directorial style is very different. Like, it's recognisable. I know that Danny Boyle directed this, but it's lost almost that like raw guerrilla shot, like energy that the first couple of movies had. And even things that, like, the grim aesthetic that was chosen in the first 2 movies, it feels like that is now still there, but it almost feels polished. It feels like it's more, we need to do this because it's in line with the others, as opposed to an artistic choice. And the overall tone just feels detached. It's like a horror film that made me think, and at no point made me scared, anxious, or intimidated, and definitely didn't make me scream. I'm going to be clear, film is very, very subjective. There are many people, probably the majority of people, who are going to love this new direction. They're going to praise them for the emotional depth and the focus on the character and the thoughtful commentary on the human condition in this post-apocalyptic world. And to those viewers, I say, I'm really glad you found something that resonated that well with you. I really, really am. But for me, I grew up with the heart-pounding terror of Jim waking up in a deserted hospital and a deserted London, who felt suffocated by the dread and terror of the London streets, and like the sheer desperation as these swarms of infected sort of befell the characters. And this just didn't do that. It didn't terrify me, and frankly, it disappointed me beyond measure. And it kind of lacks the gut punch. There's no gut punch in this. But I am going to say that this is part one of two, maybe three parts, so maybe that is coming. But for me, this first one just didn't land at all. And to Danny Boyle and Alex Garland and the writers of this movie, I would simply say, do better. But I want to know from you, have you seen this movie yet? Do you feel the same way as me, or do you think that this is a great addition to the franchise? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to drop me a like, subscribe, and one thing you're guaranteed of here is honest, no hold bars reviewed, because even when a movie misses, the conversation, unlike this franchise, never truly dies. So until next time, see you soon.